Hello and welcome back to my channel. I want to take you through the garden right here. This is our garden and I want to show you the plants we have in our garden. And I want to say thank you to everyone who have subscribed this far. And if you haven't subscribed yet, tick that button, tick that bell, and stay updated on what's happening. And at this pace I'm uploading daily, and I would like to have you stay updated on what's happening. And let's dive in. Right, over here we've got a orchid that's growing in our garden. We found this one from friends, very small one, and it grew to this big bush. Now what's interesting about the orchid, let me show you over here, it grows completely on the bark or on the rocks in some cases, and it doesn't have any soil, so yeah, it grabs onto the tree like you can see here, like there, and yeah, grows on its own on this tree. And here we've got another type of orchid. I do not know the names of the orchids, but I'll show you what we have. Maybe you are an expert in orchids and you can name these orchids, and that would be awesome. And while we're here, I'm going to show you this tree. I also don't know what this tree's name is. I'm not an expert on trees, by the way. I just want to show you what we have and how our garden looks like. But I do know this plant over here, it's called a clivia, and I think we have about 2 types of clivia in our garden. This one is it's like a dark orange, almost red clivia, and it grows throughout our garden, over here and other places. And then we've got this beautiful pink, almost red colored flower, and then we've got this beautiful bush over here, these red leaves. And I do know this tree's name. This is a kiepersol. So if you ever have the opportunity to come to the Lowveld where I'm staying, the Nelspruit is in the Lowveld. These trees grow wild in the bush, especially in the mountains. And this we call a mealie plant or a mealie plant. It grows, I want to say wild, but it's not wild. It grows quite quickly, and we use it to cover the wall, to cover up and close the wall from people peering over our wall. And here we've got this very beautiful flower that we have over here, very beautiful. Also don't know what the name is. If you know, let me know. Then, if I'm not mistaken, this flower in Afrikaans is called a kykiepiering. It's a very sweet smell when this thing is in bloom, and you just want to stay at this bush. That's how well it smells. Then we've got a citrus tree. This is a grapefruit, but what's interesting about this one, it's not the ruby type. This one is a white inside, and we like to pick these grapefruit and make our own, like a juice almost, and we put it in a pot with sugar and other stuff, and we boil it, and then it makes like a syrup, and we then drink that on the hot days. So we bottle it, and then when it's hot we drink this. So very, 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 very nice, and some of them is almost ripe. Then if I move around, I'm gonna come to a more wider area and more into the shade. The tree over here that's standing right here in front of you is called a Cape Ash, and the Cape Ash is a tree that we planted here. It's also indigenous. Then here we've got other trees and bushes. We've got this bush over here, which I can't remember the name now, but you see it in a lot of Jurassic Park movies. It comes from that period, but not this particular one. This particular one is it's young, but not very young. We call it in Afrikaans a broodboom. There's the word, cycad. It's called a cycad. Here's just a little bit bigger one. They can get very big, and some people call it very large, but yeah, one of those. Then this big one standing here is called a Strelitzia, and they can get very tall, like extremely tall. I've seen some of them that can get up to 40 meters, even higher than that. And then here is a wild pear tree. Currently there's no fruit on it, otherwise I would have shown you the fruit, but right there is the flower. You can see it right there. And then if I pan around like this, right there in front of you, this big tree over here is a leadwood tree. Now, a leadwood tree in Afrikaans is called a hardekoolboom, and in the olden days, well, when I was a kid, there would be pieces of wood from this tree in the bush, and we would use that to make fire. And the coals of this tree, from a dead tree, from this tree in particular, the coals would last you a long time, and we love braaiing. So if you have wood that lasts that long, it's a bonus. And then we've got this lychee tree right over here. Doesn't have any lychees on right now, and haven't been carrying any lychees in the past few years, which to some is a problem. Then over here, this plant over here is a aloe vera, but an aloe vera tree, very tall, and that one has a history, a family history, but not something that's going to concern you right now. Then more Strelitzia growing over here. Another very beautiful tree over here. This one and the one over here, right here, is the same. Then if I pan around like so, you can see the other side of the leadwood tree. And then this tree in front of you is a macadamia nut tree. That's right, a very expensive nut that people pay a lot of money for. Their nuts are everywhere on the lawn, everywhere. And if you are walking bare feet on this lawn, you are very likely to get hurt because they have this very sharp point. And if I can find one, I'll show you how they look like. Let me just see if I can find one here on the grass. Otherwise I'll just go and get one. Ah, here's one. Here's one that's almost ripe. There we go. So this one, you can actually take it out of its husk. Like, you can take it out, and then that is the shell. And then inside that shell is the nut that you get in the shops. But when it's still green, I want to show you that. So let's check. I'm going to check in this pot. Let me see if I can find one. So right here you can see it's still green, but when it's closed, you see this pointy part over here. That's what you step on. Right there, that pointy part. And then I want to show you our other plants. Very, very nice plants that we have here. It's the plants that we plant for saving on water. It's the succulent family. All of these are succulents, or part of the succulent family. Some of them are huge. I mean, let me show you how big it is. That's the size of my hand. That is how big this one is. And what's interesting about this, you can take one leaf off, just a leaf, then take that leaf and put it in the ground, and a new one would grow from that leaf, just like that. And here we've got another aloe vera just growing here. And you see these red plants over here. It's pineapple. It's called a pineapple plant because it looks like the pineapple plant itself that you get pineapples from. So it resembles that plant. So people call it the pineapple plant. Then we've got some other trees, bushes over here, and more of these beautiful flowers over here. And I'm gonna pause you here, and you'll see the rest of the garden in 3, 2, 1. And this is another section of our garden. You can see to your left there's more clivias, and then these pointy leaves, the ones that's growing straight up right here, we have an Afrikaans name for them, and we call them skoonma se tong. And if I translate directly, it means mother-in-law, your mother-in-law's tongue. So it has quite a funny name to it. And we've got these creepers that grows all over this path that we have here, but we don't mind. I mean, we just clean them a little bit, and you can walk all the way on the path. But it's a very beautiful area that we have here. Then we've got these succulent plants over here. They grow all over. They love growing here. More succulent, the aloe vera plant over there, and we've got this plant growing here. Don't ask me what its name, but it's part of the succulent family. It actually creeps up with its roots onto any rock face or brick face, and it just goes everywhere. But then you know this one, this is a cycad. Then this is called old man's beard, or in Afrikaans ou man's baard, and it grows by water and sun. That's all it needs, water and sun. And the same with this little guy over here. You see this one over here growing here? Same story. And here's another orchid growing on this tree. And we've got this beautiful plant over here. It's also actually, as far as I know, another type of orchid with these beautiful red, almost pink flowers that it has now. So you can just see it like that. And here's one that's not so red right now. Same one, just smaller. And right over here is another orchid and a fern. And over here we've got more orchids hanging here, growing and loving the area. And you see this tree over here? You remember the Kiepersol that I spoke about? Here we have a big one, very big, growing over here, enjoying its area. And more clivias growing here. And the sound that you're hearing now is not rocks, that's macadamia nutshells that I'm walking on. And here we've got a rose tree, a rose bush, with this very beautiful pink rose. And let me tell you, the smell from these roses is such a delight. Here's another cycad, very big one, growing over here. And this is a ponytail, very big one here, and a very big one over here. And then here we've got a plant that looks like bells. If you know what plant this is, drop a comment down below and let me know. I don't know. We've got nice ferns growing here in the garden. And here's another very beautiful rose. There you go. And this plant over here is called the Delicious Monster. Funny name, right? Delicious Monster. This plant, well, it starts over here, and then the stem of it runs all over, and its roots is running all over. I'm telling you, very funny plant. Then we have got this beautiful small flower over here. You just have it focused. You can see there in focus almost. There we go. Very beautiful flower. And it has a very big plant over here. Almost like a fern type of thing. And it loves this climate. These plants that you see here love the climate. We've got a very humid climate, and at this time of the year, it's now April, almost end of April, and we had rain last night. We have a summer rainfall climate here, but if you visit Cape Town, they have a winter rainfall climate. So just keep that in mind if you go to Cape Town in the winter time. South Africa's winter time. So yeah, that concludes this week's videos. Thank you for everyone who have signed up, subscribed, liked and commented in my videos. And thank you for watching all of the videos that you've watched. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do so right now. There's more to come next week. And may you have an excellent week ahead that's coming. If you're watching this on a Monday or a Tuesday, well, I hope your week is just perfect so far. But if it isn't, just know that tomorrow will be a better day. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.